Deuces. Good day, good day, good day, good day, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Anywho, I had a very interesting debate, conversation with a very good friend of mine today. We were speaking about the protest, and her stance was that she think that we should protest. My stance is that I think we should take that energy and do other things with it. I understand that everybody's not on the same page. Don't get it twisted. I do see the um, the reason why people would like to protest, because even though I think this whole George Floyd thing was, is suspect. There's a lot of question whether or not it was really him, and it's just too many inconsistencies with that story. The point behind the protest is for justice, for people to get the same and equal treatment, and that has been a topic of discussion and I'm 55 years old, for over 55 years, way over 55 years, and it's still going on to this day. So, needless to say, I don't have a lot of invested trust in the whole system that we have in place in order to make sure that that is enforced in the most appropriate way. I have to agree with young Farrell on this particular topic, which is on this subject, on his stance. I'm definitely feeling how he feel. Oh, and me and my girlfriend was saying it's like we're saying the same thing. It's like we're saying that even though it was we were strong in our conviction, because she feels that Trump is just an out and out racist, and I can't say that he definitely is that. I don't know the man. I'm not saying that he has never said made racist statements, but just like I can't prove that he's not a racist, I can't prove that he's a racist. I know that the media can portray him, but I don't trust the media. So I don't take everything that the media says as 100% the a full display of the truth. Let me just say that, because anything can be swayed either way or the other. Look, from what some of the truth that young Farrell been pulling, it does appear as if he has some level of respect for us. He may not fully understand what we're going through, because the best way to understand it is to be it. And he's not black. So I get that. I'm not saying that he loves black people more than he loves himself. I would sound like an idiot saying that, you know, even though at one time slaves did love their master more than they love themselves. But that's another story. So I'm saying all of this to say that her stance was that the protest was so that certain laws can be put in place so that black people would not be treated with injustice, and would be treated with fairness, and people would get fired. And what I'm saying is, isn't that the case now? Like, aren't there laws in place to protect all civil rights? Like, I don't understand what it. I don't know what there will be any difference. I'm not saying she's wrong. Don't get it twisted. I am not saying that she's 100% incorrect. I just feel that the approach, because from if we continue to do what the people in power are telling us not to do, if they're telling us not to go into the streets and protest, and it's not that they mind the protest, it's those Antifa people that are causing riot and looting, and some of us, which is a very small percentage, are taking advantage of that as well. That's why I'm saying that. And then the things that they're reciting, like to be saying, I can't breathe, I can't breathe while you're wearing a mask. I don't think that's a positive thing to be saying when your agenda and your consciousness is supposed to be on a level of uplifting for justice and fairness. If you're reciting something that's negative, I can't breathe is not a positive statement. especially as a human being. So, and I understand everybody may not get that. What I do know is that everybody may not know that the words that they're projecting into the universe is creating their reality. I get that. What I am saying is this is why we need to go home, stay home, and because we are so brilliant as beings. I'm pretty sure that we can come up with a way, a formula, an idea, a that we can put in place that will serve will make a difference for the betterment of humanity, for the human race. That's just my stance on it. And you know, in a way that's proactive. I don't know, start a petition. I mean, we could there's so many different things that we can do that won't jeopardize our health, that we can do in numbers. I just feel like it's so many different things we can do. And if we can get certain things passed in the government by signing our signature, that's a physical thing. That's an interaction. That's something that we can do. Why is that not a movement? You know how many people would as many people was out there protesting, yes, people would want to put something in place that's going to make a difference. I don't think the only way to do that is by chanting as I can't breathe. And while you got your children out there, to me, that just seems like a defeatist type of energy. That's me. That's me. And I'm saying we're brilliant beings. We're only using what 3% of our brain, if any, even that. I'm pretty sure that there are some of us, and I know that if I keep talking, if I keep putting out videos, I'm going to reconnect with people that are of like mind. And yes, we're going to be a force, a power, a source to be reckoned with. We just have to stay on a positive mind for, and let's not fall for the okie doke. Let's not just take what the media says as, oh, that's a fact. Oh, that, you know what I'm saying? When we know that there's a lot of truths that's been covered up, especially over the years. Because just because you put a law in place, don't mean that a racist is not going to be a racist. That is a governor, that is a mayor, that is a police officer, that is a member of the CIA or FA or FBI. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you create a law, it does not mean that people in power positions are no longer going to be able to assert their power against a human being. That's my point. So I just think that, I'm not I'm not telling people when to protest. I'm not definitely telling you you're wrong for protesting. I'm not saying that you're wrong, because who's to say I'm right? All I'm saying is we need to first of all, let's see where the real issues is. And I think Donald Trump is right. I think does start with the deep state. I could be wrong about that. Look, I think the deep state has been in place for quite some time. And I think that that's the number one culprit in humanity right now, because I believe that the deep state's number one agenda is power and control, because they already have most of the money. You know what I'm saying? The only thing less is full power and full control. So yes, and I think everybody being forced to have, excuse me, a vaccination is the huge is the biggest um power that we can give up. And I don't want us to get to that point, because I don't want us to get to the point where the looters and the people that's associated with the deep state causing all this havoc to ruin it for the greater good, which is the majority. But the thing is that we are so divided and so separate that, how are we going to come up with a resolution that's going to work for all without putting our rights in jeopardy? I just don't like the fact that, with the potential that it can turn out to be if we continue to protest and the riots begin to continue to happen, and it seems as if it's us that's doing the rioting, When we know for a fact that it's not, that's just going to cause us a bigger problem. Just, it's just my opinion. You can give me your thoughts. You can put it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And what solutions we come up with. I just want to know what the solution is. And I know that if like minds get together, we gonna come up with this solution. You know what I'm saying? We got this. We're powerful. I'm very optimistic. Anyway, peace, love, peace, love and peace and love and peace, peace, love and peace, love and peace and love and peace, peace, love and